All right, starting the stream. This is What's Up Dave for Friday, April 28th. April 28th. It's about 11:30 a.m. I have a live visitor with me today, Beverly, who is off camera, and she may dance behind me if she chooses. She's visiting from her. Okay, that is working. She's visiting from way up north someplace, but we've known each other for years, right? And we're going to do some co-working here in the living room cafe. But first, I need to get this morning stream out of the way. So what I'm talking about today is, well, for show and tell, which we'll start with first, I got a couple of tin boxes. These are from Jet Pens, and these are like metal boxes to keep pens in. I'll hand this to you for inspection. And there's a larger one, too. These are pretty cool. One of them came dented, but they're sending me another one, so that's good. Nothing sadder than a dented box, especially if it's like this. Let me pull the other camera up. We'll go to 1 and 2. So you can see, this is what that box looks like. They're nice, aren't they? Yeah. And then someone in the virtual co-working chat room, I think it was Kuzanatra, was mentioning the Pilot Metropolitan pens. So I got one. And it comes with a cartridge. This is nicer than I thought it would. When I was looking at the design on the internet, I wasn't sure that I would like it compared to my my Lamy pens. Where is it? Do you see the... Oh, it's probably in there, right? Yep. So like this is like, I like the design of this pen a lot more because it doesn't roll around, especially if you have the cap off of it. But side by side, this is what they look like. It's a little bit different. Maybe the wide angle camera isn't the one to use here. But this is actually surprisingly nice. You want to check that out? Isn't it having it? I guess it's a metal bodied pen. It's inexpensive at about, I think this was like $20-something, $26. Yeah, so I haven't tried writing with it yet. If you would like to load the ink cartridge, you could try this out. Yeah, okay, let me give it a try. All right, so the cool thing about this other camera here is I can move it around on this microphone stand like this, and then point it down and angle it, so I can like do close-up stuff of the desk. So I can do this. And hopefully people can kind of see what I'm doing. Let's just ruin this pen. How does this work? Is this, oh, look at this. This is a bladder. So this is like an ink bladder. So you use that if you have bottled ink. I'm gonna try the cartridge first, which is, I guess this, you plug it in like this, I guess, and then screw it down, I guess. Hope that's right. Nothing seems to be happening. I had to push it down. Is it this side or this side? It doesn't seem right. And then again, I guess you push it. Yeah, that seems to be the way to go. It doesn't lock down. So I'm wondering if it will actually... Well, how does it write? Take a while to, I think, this could be a very nice pen. Actually, it's growing on me already. I didn't think I would like this pen. I think yeah, it feels good. I thought I would prefer the chunkiness of the Lamies. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Yeah, I thought that's what I wouldn't like about it. What I like about these pens is that there's this kind of it's kind of flattened. Like that, and it doesn't look like a traditional pen, which is what I liked about these. And these, you can get these pretty cheap too. They're about like a low-cost thing, but it's growing on me. I didn't like the pictures of it on the internet, but I had to say, we'll let that like simmer for a while, and then we'll try that out later. So that's really all there is for show and tell today. Since we had to do co-working soon, I just want to get this out of the way quick. So here is yesterday's emergent task planner. Yesterday was a pretty productive day, actually, surprisingly. Although I got a ton of errands out of the way, but didn't actually get any very much billable work done that was code related. So that needs to be, actually I don't know if we'll be able to get to that today. What I should do is just print out the next iteration of this and get to that. Let me see, where should I go? Display. I've been reorganizing my OBS scene setup. So I'm going to open up Illustrator. Sure it's still working. Waiting for Illustrator to pop up. Come on, you can do it. The one thing I've been doing with this streaming stuff is if I don't feel like working, I'll actually stream it because someone might be watching, or at least I can tell people in the chat room that I'm watching, that I'm working on something, and then they might put it on the background as well, and so they have someone to work with if they're working at home. So it's a good way for knocking me out of my reluctance to work because it doesn't feel like so isolated. I think that's the big problem that's facing like solopreneurs such as ourselves. So I'm updating the ETP design. So just making the columns wider. How come this isn't changing? Oops. Interesting. That should have opened. I guess we'll make a change here. There we go. So I'm going to print this downstairs. Make sure all these settings are correct. Print this down, and I'll grab it and I'll fill it out. Guess I don't need this anymore. That's the new garbage can. Isn't it nice? Yeah, usually I don't like this color, not in phones or anything like that. Yeah, right. But then I thought, I have these dark floors. It might actually look nice on the floor, I thought. Yeah, compared to stainless steel, which is what I had everywhere else. So it kind of recedes more into the floor a little bit. If people wonder what we're talking about, we're talking about this garbage can. That garbage can over there. Okay, I gotta run downstairs and grab the printout I just made. Beverly, if you want to sing, go ahead. No one will be able to hear you, though. And some of the things we've tried before, we did one co-working session once. I think when we had this set up, my friend Kate was here, and we were working on stuff at those tables. So I had the camera set up one here, and then this one was just pointed way there on the other side. So now that it's warm out, maybe we'll have some more co-working sessions, especially with the smoker. So I'm expensing the smoker as a business expense. So it's yeah. The Cubans. I have no idea how to start on that. And I was reading about hot water crust pie dough, which I guess the British pies, they use a different pie dough recipe than the Americans do. So apparently the American pie dough is this flaky, crumbly thing that a typical pie. But their pie tradition, which is much older, is they made pies as packaging. So to preserve the contents, they wouldn't even eat the crust. But their pies tend to be more freestanding structurally, so they don't need a pie pan. And that's the kind of pie I want to make. I want to make a pie that's filled with meat. And then, exactly. So you make it's called hot water something dough or something like this. So that's completely different. Instead of mixing the loose crumbs and then doing all that stuff, you put hot water in and then you mix it, and it makes a different kind of a much more powerful, strong crust. So I'm really intrigued by this whole meat pie thing. My cousin Brian makes meat pies, and I had one recently, and it was eye-opening. Oh yeah, sometimes the words together just don't meet in my head. Pork and pie. Pork. I think of like the Tweety and Sylvester cartoon. There's this one cartoon that for some reason they would, every time Sylvester would have to say pork, he would kind of choke it out like he was disgusted by it. And I think we looked it up once, and apparently there was some myth about cats not liking pork or getting sick of it or something. I don't know what the deal was with that. Just really. It's all right. Today's Friday. I'm filling this out Friday, April 28th. We got started around, I was up at around 9, I guess. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Today is coworking day. Co-working with Bev. Then I haven't planned beyond that. Oh, so let me tell you, right now it's like 11:30. We started this, so the What's Up Dave, it's 11:30. This was clean. Yeah, it gave me a good excuse to clean and mop and stuff. I didn't get her. Yeah, that's a mod cat. It's a stylish like litter box. It took a year and a half for one of the cats to start using it, and because the cat used to poop right there for some reason, and stopped using the downstairs litter box because the cats had a fight and they became real territorial, and so they wouldn't use the same litter box anymore. And then the big cat, he would just poop on that, poop. Well, he would poop in the hallway, and I'd come down and he would just poop on stuff, and so I actually had to move that other litter box up here and just put it here, which was really made me angry because I don't want the litter box next to my office.
We have that because my mom has a cat.
Yeah.
And I'm engaged in this battle.
Cat battle. So I'm going to transcribe my to-do list. We were talking about this earlier about rewriting the lists.
Yeah, we transfer it over.
Yeah. I find it's a good punishment for myself for not getting it done, and also keeps it top of mind. And it also, the way I'm thinking of it now, it's the very minimum I can do on the task, just rewriting it every day. And eventually they get done.
Well, it's kind of like the bullet journal does this too.
Oh, yeah.
You write everything down, and then you check off and cross off what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to move it over if it doesn't get done.
Right. You've given me an idea for having, so like this is the first time I put that chair there. I just moved it out of the way. But like if I'm doing the live stream stuff, I could give you a microphone too. There's certainly room on the board. And so you could have a microphone, and then we could be talking at the same time.
The mysteriousness.
Yes. But maybe next time you're down. We should have another summit. When was the last time you were at one of those PodCamp things? Do they even still do those?
I don't think the original group even.
Yeah.
Those were really informative too. People came out and enjoyed those. I got so energized by them.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of Give Camp?
No.
Give Camp is a coding for charity event that they have every year. This year it was in Watertown. Do you know Kelly Muir? She and her husband Ian were the anchors for the Manchester area kind of nerdy geeky crowd, and I suppose in some way they still are. But after we all came back from South by Southwest one year, like we were like the only there was 5 people from New Hampshire that was there. We managed to meet 4 out of the 5 people. No, John Herman wasn't there that year. It was who was it? It was Ian. It was. Maybe it wasn't Kelly the first year. It was me. Oh, it was Rob something. But I've kept in contact with Ian and Kelly. They used to run the Manchester bar camp.
Oh, okay.
And so they were involved with that whole, like when camps were big, I suppose. But they, like,
It's kind of faded out.
they did kind of fade out, right?
I think with the solopreneur and the concept of connecting isolated independents, that there'd be more of these meetups because they're great.
Yeah, something may have replaced them. May for AV gear. One of my local stores sent me a geeky flyer how they're going to celebrate May the 4th.
Okay, may the fourth be with you.
Yep. So there was all this geeky Star Wars references in the high-end AV club, high-end AV like store. So I need to go down there and see what they're going to do about it. 5 at priority. I'm actually not reading these things I'm writing down. I didn't know even I could even do that. Write down.
My sister-in-law Nancy and I have a race to see who posts the fourth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know the Star Wars name.
All right. So the next task, lunch at Saigon Sandwich, and then we'll see how the rest of the day goes. All right, so this is the quickie, somewhat distracted What's Up Day for today, but I'm going to shift over to coworking, which I don't think we're going to broadcast, but I know one of these days we'll have a public one. I'll have to gather a bunch of people for that. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day, have a good weekend, and I'll see you Monday, if not sooner. Gotta wait for 10 seconds.